Hey guys, welcome back to Overtakes. This is Misfit.
And I'm Kel.
And we are here with our Week 10 preview / finishing up the review of Week 9. We didn't get in, obviously, the Monday matches because we did the Sunday back cap and the hero pool and all that stuff. We're going to go over that really quick. But first off, shout out to everybody who is out there in YouTube land. Thank you very much for watching us. And if you're watching on YouTube, please hit a like, hit a subscribe, hit the alert bell. That way you'll know when we're coming on. Everybody in podcast land, thank you very much. And anyone that came in on Sunday night and watched us do our review show, thank you very much. Also, remember, if you are, if you watch us during the week, don't forget we go live Sunday nights anywhere between 9 and 10:30-ish, 11, depending on life. But check that out. It'll be, our links are down in the description for Twitch and for YouTube. If you hit the subscribe or hit the bell button, you will get alerted when we go live. So keep that in mind and come hang out with us. So let's finish up last week first. Okay, so we had some unfinished business on Monday with the Chinese matches. We had the Shanghai Dragons beating the Chengdu Hunters 3-1 in the rematch from the week before. Mm-hmm. And then we had the Hangzhou Spark winning 3-2 over the Guangzhou Charge. We got one right and one wrong.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about, before we went live, Shanghai is kind of like a cut above right now. They
really are. Even with that loss to Chengdu, I think that was just the exception, basically.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where Chengdu doing Chengdu things where they beat a team that they have no business beating, and then
yeah. And what it is too is I think Shanghai learned something from that.
Yes.
You can tell they're they're a very smart team, well coached, all that kind of stuff. They learn, don't do what they do.
Yes.
Because if that's the Chengdu trap is come in and try and mirror us. We dare you. Because we know what we're doing, you don't. But this week, the Chengdu had a handicap. They did not have ball, which is their mainstay, their thing that pulls people into their webs, so to speak, of trying to mirror them and match them and do that kind of thing. But Shanghai just looks a cut above. At least in the Chinese region. And, overall, they look like they're vying for a solidified playoff spot to me. That's
kind of the impression I've been getting from them. I want to see them play some other teams now. I'm really excited for this weekend.
Yeah.
And getting to see them play some top-tier competition.
Yeah, because in the next couple weeks, we're going to have Vancouver. Well, this week we have...
fuck. They don't play at all this weekend.
No. They're off this weekend.
No, wait, no. They play Guangzhou.
They do?
Of course, they don't play Vancouver.
Oh, yeah, they do play Guangzhou. But in the next couple weeks, we have Shanghai is probably going to take on Vancouver, and Shanghai's probably going to take on Seoul.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to see if they
We're going to get a true sense of where Shanghai is. I think they're definitely top 5 right now.
Yeah.
But I can't put them any higher than that. I'd like to, but I can't until we see them play some of the non-Chinese teams.
Yeah.
Just because
a couple of the top tier teams.
Some of them are suspect at best.
Yeah, because I think we learned from the last couple of weeks, and I think we were talking about it, it's like the Chinese teams are all kind of like near the same level. Mm-hmm. It's just we're picking the wrong ones that we think are better. We thought Guangzhou was better than all of them, and they're kind of on the same level as 3 teams, like Chengdu and Hangzhou, the 2 teams, Chengdu and Hangzhou. The one thing is Chengdu, it's hard to gauge them. But this week, you know what, though? I think they showed that they can play stuff that's not ball.
Yes. They definitely showed that.
I don't know exactly what you would call that they were doing on their tank line, but, you know, they kind of just were like, well, we're going to run the same rest of the shit. You guys just yeet in with whatever you're going to play.
Right.
I mean, they didn't look bad. I mean, we did see some A-Ting. He didn't look horrible. I think stand one is better than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, I think he's the one that has really stood out. And then I think just their tank line in general, I think really has...
Him and Void seem to have a good thing going here.
They've got some really good chemistry. I think Void was a fantastic pickup for them. That was just a great move all around. And then they've just got a stupid DPS line. I mean, like their depth on DPS is just... I don't think there's any team that has... Like, maybe San Francisco, but even that has been a little bit suspect the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think they have a good rotation. They're being smart about what they're doing.
Yes.
Lip, I didn't know anything about him before he came in. To be brutally honest with that, I had no idea.
Same.
But he looks fantastic, and then they pair him up with Fleta, and then you also have Ding and Dia as well, or Diem. Fuck, I tried to calculate that whole thing out, and I said the wrong name. Ugh. But they have Ding and Diem too, and it's just they're kind of situationally they're prepared. They can prepare for anything.
It's an embarrassment of riches for them right now.
Yeah, where teams like Chengdu, they kind of gotta like grip through something that they're not accustomed to playing, which is ball getting banned.
I think one thing for them. I feel like Ding really just kind of takes a back seat because his hero pool is so similar to Fleta's, and Fleta's he's just a better player. And it's nothing against Ding, but it's Fleta.
Yeah, I mean, like this weekend he was playing some Torb. He played his other heroes, and he played some Tracer too, and he looked really good doing that. We didn't get to see him do that with Soul.
We did not.
Because they were doing the Bunchkin.
Right. I'm fascinated to see if Shanghai does anything like with a guy like Ding and see if they can get something out of him or if they just trade him outright or something. Because I mean, he's a really talented player. He's just stuck. It's a logjam.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. Who knows? He could be the guy that's grinding Echo. Yeah, could be. Because if like the smart guys on some of these teams, they grind the new hero, so it's like, okay, I get to play because I like Rascal, for instance, with Baptiste. Yeah, exactly. That's the one that like stands out to me. Like he was like, all right, I can play this guy better than anybody else on the team, so put me in. Yeah. He could be the guy that plays Echo because he does have a good Pharah, so he kind of gets the flying mechanic and the flying shooting. It's just all the other stuff in her kit. Hey, who knows? I mean, that could be their guy. Yeah, I agree. But the second match on Monday morning was I didn't get to see all of it. I didn't really get much of it either, unfortunately. Somehow I had to do stuff. I mean, we all don't have things to do, but I had things to take care of around here, and I didn't watch as much of it as I wanted to. From what I gathered and watching a little bit of highlights and everything, I think it was a pretty close game, but basically all it showed me is that those teams are relatively close, but at the same time, like, they're not particularly great. I think they are definitely a large step below. Yeah, I think I think we overestimated Guangzhou, underestimated Hangzhou, but they're like. I think honestly, we had Hangzhou right about where I figured they would be. I meant like in comparison. Yeah, like they're right in the same realm. Yeah, for sure. And Shanghai was way better than we thought they were going to be. Yes,
Yeah, I feel so dumb for saying how bad I thought they were going to be. Because, my God, they're really damn good.
Yeah, we were doing their DPS could carry. Well, we didn't know much about Stand 1. I think that was excuses here.
That was my biggest hesitation with them. I was not sure how Stand 1 was going to play for them, but I understand now why they let Gamsu go.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because Gamsu is a solid tank, but I think Stand 1 is better, and that whenever you can upgrade, that's what you got to do.
Yeah,
that's what good teams do in any organization, in any sport, esport, whatever.
So you technically let somebody who's still good go, but because you got somebody better, it's not that Gamsu's bad, or it's not like a Trent Richardson thing with the Browns where they dumped somebody that they knew was bad, and everybody else thought was good. Well, the Colts thought he was good. But, it's not like one of those scenarios.
Right.
It's trading a good guy out for a great player.
Yes.
To put in a great player.
It's just upgrading a position. Like, that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah. But after that, we got our hero pool for the week, which we, obviously we did not discuss on Sunday night. So this week, we have out for the week, Diva, Sombra again. I think this is Sombra's second time, yeah?
I believe so.
We have Ana, and we have Reaper.
I feel like we can definitely thank the Chinese teams for Sombra not being in, because she was played about 90% of the time in their games, and really not played a whole lot in the rest of the games.
No, they were all pretty Tor Reaper-centric.
Yeah. But everybody was playing Reaper, so not surprised to see him gone.
Yeah, and what I think that's going to bring in just back into it's going to bring the old comfortable back in.
I think it's going to make Shu very happy.
Yeah. Can they run the strat that they were running with, either the Ryan, well, you don't have the Diva, so you're probably going to either run Ryan Orisa with May and McCree. But are you going to run Baptiste, or are you going to run Moira? There's a couple different scenarios. Zarya's picked up in popularity too, so you could see the Ryan Zarya, with a Moira, kind of a death ball. Scenario.
I can definitely see that.
Like a rush scenario, like depending, like almost a counter. If like a team's running the double main tank, the Ryan Orisa, so the other team runs Ryan Zarya with, the Lucio Moira. And pick your DPS in there. You can run a variant of things. You can run Doomfist. You're probably going to see McCree May. Until they put the current May in, which I would really like just an announcement of what patch we're running on, like a hard announcement.
Yes, every week being like, all right,
we're flipping to the current patch that has the this and this and this. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we're getting that this year.
We are not.
I haven't. At least from my perspective, and I'm generally on Twitter and all that stuff, and I haven't seen any scenario where they've said, all right, we're running patch 1.49.
Yeah.
And they need to, do that more, other than the guys on Reddit saying, all right, this is what patch they're running. At least for my estimation.
I agree. I feel like it's definitely the communication, again, has just not been there, unfortunately.
Apparently they all have Valorant beta keys. Or CSGO with flashy things.
Basically.
Shoot me, don't care. It's not Overwatch. Stop saying it.
Yeah.
That being said, I do want to play the game. Alright. No, we'll talk about Valorant when we play Valorant. How's that, guys?
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be about as long as our Apex series. Which was, went in, got shot in the back of the head, uninstalled.
Yeah. However, I'm also, not only am I going to give the, playing the game a try, but I am also going to give their esports a try. Because I am really fascinated to see how that all goes and what they do with that. Because I think it could
there's already metas forming.
Yeah, there are.
In that. Because it's... especially with the people that have the keys and stuff that are playing it, they're finding the characters that are broken.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
with the abilities that are really, really powerful versus the ones that aren't all that effective.
Yeah. And then instantly complaining about it like they do in every other fucking video game ever created.
Exactly.
This is so broken. Well, why the fuck are you playing it all the time then? Because it's broken?
Yep. And I want to win.
Yep. Well, why are you playing May? Because she's broken? Okay. Fair enough. Anyway, so we've talked about the past week. Let's dive into week 10. We have some interesting stuff going on. Holy clown fiesta. We have a couple of great matches in here, mixed in with about 4 clown fiestas. Not even joking, folks.
You're not wrong.
But not to be weird, with hero pools, it makes them fun.
It does.
I'm not going to lie. Watching people just shit the bed sometimes is almost fun as watching people just fucking dominate and play unbelievable.
So that is kind of something I do want to discuss. As far as hero pools go, I think overall it has made every game more interesting.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But at the same time, I do think, I don't know, I feel like there's a little bit missing from last year, but it's so hard to tell just because so much is going on right now that is affecting it. Because I don't want to fully say that, that it's bad for the game.
Right.
Because I don't think that.
From a viewing aspect, it's more entertaining.
Yes.
From a
absolutely.
pure, I like good Overwatch standpoint, it's a fucking train wreck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, it is.
It is.
There are matches where you can just see where these guys are just throwing shit up against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
But I think some people are overreacting and thinking oh my god, this is you just never know who's going to win week to week, and
there's nothing wrong with that. In
some way, that is true, but at the same time, I still think even with all of that, the good teams are still going to rise to the top.
Oh yeah, they do. But the hero pools throw in the aspect of, I'm going to watch Houston-Boston.
Yes.
Because I want to see what the fuck happens here.
Because, God, nothing was worse last year. Because, for as many great games as we got, every great game that we got last year, we had to sit through 4 hours of unwatchable goats playing.
Yeah, you had to watch the Florida play fucking Washington.
Yeah.
Trying to do goats.
Or Houston trying to mirror
Vancouver.
Vancouver, and that was entertaining just for the pure memes of it, but
But in general, it was, other than the stupidity of Bumper getting 3 shatters in a minute and a half, it was just why am I watching this?
Right.
At least this, there are matches we just skipped flat out last year.
Yeah.
And this is more like season 1, where you kind of watched every match because everybody had a little bit. I mean, yeah, they were running a lot of dive, but early in the year, you had the mercy thing. Some guys had good mercies. You didn't know what was going to happen. There was just enough nuance to what was going on last year. Mm-hmm. The first 2 stages before they told them that they were going to change. it was just the same thing. And some teams were good, some teams were bad, and they did we have to play this.
Exactly.
And now it's like, they're trying that. Some of them can't do it. I mean, we saw it with the Torb strats. Some guys knew what they were doing with Torbjorn and how to play around him and how to work with that character. And other people are just like, well, everybody else is playing Torb, so are we. And they're just fucking out there just shitting the fucking
Torb.
bed.
Yeah, like...
I'm just gonna come all over the cart and see what happens.
Right. Oh, God.
Anyway, go look up Torb porn.
Or don't.
Yeah.
Probably don't.
It's going to be little people, and we don't want that. Well, no, we don't want little people. We don't want weird porn. It's bad enough it's a number one porn thing. Maybe Valorant will take that over. Maybe that's what they're talking about when it's going to kill Overwatch.
It's going to take over the Pornhub part of it.
Yeah. Jade and fucking Phoenix porn?
Yeah, probably. I'm sure it'll happen. If it hasn't already happened, I'd be shocked if it hasn't, if we're being real. Just because those people are relentless.
Yeah. Hey, and, that's some good animation going on there. I'm not going to lie. Widowmaker hentai? I mean, you're 3D animating that shit, man. We're all trapped in the house. Leave me alone.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so let's start talking about some of these
doing
games.
Research. All right, so let's talk about Week 10. So we got some good stuff going on, and some
not so good stuff, but could be entertaining, not so good stuff.
The black jelly beans in your fucking Easter basket.
Or the black jelly beans.
Or those white ones that taste like they're supposed to be something, but they just taste like shit.
Yeah, or the ones that literally taste like shit. Someone gave you the bamboozle ones or something like that.
Got the Harry Potter ones. You got the snot ones.
Maybe that's the Sunday game with Houston and Toronto. That's what the bamboozle ones are. It's like, all right, this is either going to be really good, it's going to be like candy apple, or it's going to be lawn trimming.
Burnt popcorn.
Burnt popcorn. Or literal puke.
Yeah. Vomit jelly bean. But what we're going to do, we're going to talk about Vancouver. When was the last time we saw them? Week 1?
I believe so.
Good Lord, it's been like an eon since we talked about that.
It was week... Oh, yeah, it was week 1.
So they haven't played in 9 weeks. So,
yeah.
I mean, they had time to adjust, and they looked really good when they played in week 1. What are we thinking with them? I mean, they're playing Guangzhou and Chengdu.
See, I feel like they're a team that won't fall into the Chengdu trap.
No, because you have Fissure. And Fissure's going to try and throw his will at you. Also,
I feel like they're one of the few teams that, they could match that, that style with Chengdu and actually win, because Fissure's a pretty good ball.
Yeah, he has a pretty good ball. They could run whatever tank line they want, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
And their DPS are capable enough to run anything that they want, and then you have Twilight and Slime.
Mm-hmm.
Twilight's not going to be able to play Anna, but he can play 9 billion other things.
Yeah, he's still a god.
And even if it got into it, like with Chengdu, it could get into a weird thing, but you can just pull Haxel's Genji out and just say, go fuck him up.
Yes,
that's the thing with this team. They don't have the crazy diversity of Shanghai or San Francisco, but the guys that they consistently play have deep hero pools. They're really good, and they're really, really solid at pretty much everyone. And then they have 1 or 2 heroes that they're just godlike at.
Mm-hmm.
You take Fissure. Name me one guy that can go at him on Winston. Not many.
Oh, Very few.
Haxel with the Genji, Twilight playing Anna, that Slime playing Lucio. It's just, it goes on and on and on with this team. They're really, really solid, and the area that they're in is wacky and suspect to begin with, minus Shanghai. Right. And then when Seoul comes in.
Yeah, and they're playing, I would say they're playing two of the lesser teams. Pretty much anybody that's not Shanghai, I would say, is a lesser team.
They're playing the two wacky teams.
Yes.
Which could be a concern for them, because you don't know what the fuck you're going to get. But they're adaptable. They're smart enough players, I guess, is what I'm getting to.
I don't really have too many worries for them, but I'm just excited to see them play again.
Yeah,
because it has been
I want
so
to see some of that stuff. I want to see some Haxel Genji.
Yes,
because they will pull Genji out no matter what. Not no matter what, but if necessary and if feasible, he will pull out the Genji and he will wreck people, no matter if it's viable or not.
Mm-hmm.
He will still manage to get a 4K in there.
Oh, definitely.
Haxel, that is.
Yeah, but Haxel's so good.
Other than watching Vancouver, I think the best match on Saturday is going to be Fusion Eternal. I think this is going to be... We're going to see where Paris is, solidly at right now, because they're kind of up and down and weird and whatever that they are. And the Fusion got to be careful in this game, I think.
Yeah, I agree. They can't take this game lightly.
No.
They did play each other a couple of weeks ago, and actually wasn't Paris the one team that handed them their only loss?
Yeah, that's what I mean. They got to be careful in this game, because they got into a situation the last time they played where they let them hang around, and then they lost map 5.
Yeah, that's definitely worrisome.
Yeah,
but I still think I'm anticipating this being one of the best games of the week.
Yeah, me as well. I think it's going to be interesting, to say the least. The Fusion, they kind of have to beat them to solidify that they're, what everybody's been talking about them being, and proving that was an anomaly. They just lost a random game.
Mm-hmm.
And on the opposite side, Paris beats them again. Is it a situation where Paris just has their number, or is Paris that good? There's a lot of things going on with that. And then we have dueling El Clasicos. If this schedule is only on Cinco de Mayo,
right? Oh my god. Yeah, well, so starting off, we got Houston and Boston, which was the original El Clasico.
El Fiesta.
And then after that, we have Washington and Dallas. My god, just so much potential for terrible Overwatch.
Yeah. The what the fuck moments are going to just keep racking up.
They're going to pile up.
Yeah. I'm still going to watch them, though, because I think with the way the hero pools are working, they're going to be interesting, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you got Meko not being able to play Diva for Houston. Is it going to be a situation like Ball and Chengdu?
Not having Diva is going to, I feel like that's going to throw off so many teams right now. And it's just going to... It just changes so much, because she can
do so many different things.
Yeah, there's so much she can do. I do think we see a lot of Ryan Zarya.
Yeah.
With no Diva, Zarya can just run rampant.
Yeah, exactly, because you have no potential eats on anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes Sigma, too, You could see some Sigma. Any of those...
Yeah, we might see some Orisa Sigma, maybe some Ball Sigma, maybe, or... I don't know. I don't know exactly what other tanks they're going to play. I definitely think we do see some Ball. but it might be one of the more diverse tank lineups we see, because like with no diva, you really can't run dive. Unless
you could try the ball Winston thing.
Yeah, but it's without the defense matrix, it's very tough.
And with May being May, but you have no Reaper, which is also another pain in the ass for ball.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do. Who knows? They could run Hog for all you know.
Yeah, we might see some Hog. I would love to see that. I love these guys playing a Hog.
Yeah, and like last week, we didn't anticipate them playing Torbjorn, so
right.
But I think your DPS line it's pretty much going to be doing the May McCree thing. Mm-hmm. You might see some different stuff. I mean, I don't know. These teams, especially, I think you're going to see whatever the standard is.
Yes, but I also think that one of these teams might just be like, you know what, Dallas especially. I think they might just be like, we're just going to play our game, and if it doesn't work, then so be it. But if it does, then hey, we're great. Yeah, I honestly think they might just be like, you know what, we're just gonna we've got a phenomenal Tracer player, so we're just gonna play him on Tracer.
Yeah, but my concern is, what do you run Note on? If you run Note,
right? Do you run Note?
Because he's kind of one note.
Yeah.
Pun intended on that.
Who do they play?
Is he their only off tank?
They've got Trill, who's a main tank.
You know what? They'll run double main tank.
Yeah,
they
probably.
did it week 1. They ran Ryan Arissa.
Yeah.
They'll try and do something with that.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
It's going to be
watching. Oh my god, that just reminded me of when they tried to force Note to play Zarya, and that was one of the most painful things I've ever seen.
That was not good at this level.
Yeah.
That being said, he would probably wreck, anybody at any other level. Yeah. But still, like at this level, it was just, ooh, this is not good.
It was rough.
Yeah. They could run Trill, and they could just try and run double main tank the whole time and try and, come up with something DPS and just support-wise for that.
Yeah. That's definitely a possibility. But I'm fully expecting Clown Fiestas all around.
And honestly, Sunday isn't exempt either. Early on, I mean, that Vancouver Chengdu match could be Fiesta E.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like Vancouver's cocky enough to try and fuck with Chengdu. Mm-hmm. And it turns into just like, I mean, the match isn't going to be in hand, but it's not going to be the best played match you've seen in a while.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
And then we have Toronto, Houston. That could be one.
Oh, definitely. But that could also be a really good game.
Yeah,
that's why I was saying it could be those like the mystery beans. Like, is it going to be really good, or is it going to make you want to puke?
Yeah, is it going to be, or it could just be the buttered popcorn.
Yeah,
where some people like it and some people don't.
Exactly.
They think it's the dumbest thing they ever fucking ate in their life. Yeah, but there are a couple, like the later matches on Sunday, like the Shanghai Guangzhou match. I think Shanghai's going to roll. And now that I've said that, Gatorade's going to fucking rule the day, probably. But the thing is, like, even like as much as we've been giving shit to Guangzhou and kind of saying that they're disappointing, Nero hasn't been.
Yeah, Nero's been unreal.
He's filthy. He has a filthy Reaper. I mean, he's not going to be playing Reaper this week, but that dude is something else. Mm-hmm. But going up against Shanghai, I don't know about that. Latter half of the day on Sunday, we got Philly taking Atlanta on, and then we have Shanghai. San Francisco Shock taking on the Los Angeles Gladiators.
Yeah, those two I'm excited for both of these games. It's a really solid lineup to end the week.
Yeah, we haven't seen Atlanta in a bit. Mm-hmm. I think that them versus Philly, I think that's going to be one of those
I think it might turn into a rivalry, honestly.
Yeah, I was just going to say that this is going to be the rivalry in the Atlantic.
Mm-hmm.
As much as people want other things to happen, like, they want the Boston-New York rivalry, or they want for some reason, Atlanta, Florida,
right.
Which is never going to happen because Florida actually would have to rise to the occasion. But Philly, Atlanta, they're similar types of teams. They have similar attitudes, and all that just is going to play into a good match, I think. I don't know who we'll have that on our pick show, like who we actually like in this one. This is going to be a pretty close match. I want to say Atlanta, but I still can't get a gauge on them.
Yeah, it's been tough. Like, there's times where they look absolutely dominant, and then others where
even in wins they look just okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like, I don't know if they're flexing and just fucking around, or they're just like last week they crushed, or when they played the Mayhem, was that last week or the week before? Absolutely fucking destroyed them. It was last Saturday. But they didn't look fantastic. It just looked like they were there playing the game. It wasn't anything to write home about, like what they did. It wasn't like, well, this guy looked good, that guy looked good. It's just everybody looked good, kind of. I guess you could say the same for Philly. I don't know. Philly had some more impressive stuff than Atlanta, I think.
I agree, yeah. And just Carpe in general, I think, just elevates Philly to a level that, and then also their flexibility on DPS. Like, basically EQO is not playing at all anymore.
Yeah, which is crazy to think.
They've picked up Ivy. He's been a phenomenal May. And then, oh my god, I'm blanking on
the new guy.
Hisu,
that's right. Yeah, Hisu. Yeah, Hisu looked really fucking good this week.
He really did.
And, I mean, even if you just have the DPS line, you leave EQ out of the equation, which they're doing, you have Hisu, who look great. You have Ivy and Carpe.
Mm-hmm.
That trio should be able to cover whatever you need. I mean, you see them moving EQO down the line.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like any heroes that EQO would play are just going to be covered better by somebody else. Minus
right now.
Genji, maybe?
Maybe Pharah?
Yeah. Because neither of those characters have really been relevant at this point.
Yeah. And Pharah,
unless you're Haxel.
Yeah. Unless you're Haxel, you can pull
or
Genji.
A Chinese team playing Pharah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. If you're in the Far East, those heroes matter.
If you're Jinmu.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're Jinmu and Haxel, this conversation does not apply to you.
Yes.
And you can include Fleta or whoever Shanghai's going to run Ding.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, unless they have EQO grinding Echo, I mean, that's a possibility.
Maybe. That is a possibility. But
I don't know. I think I'm
finding that harder and harder to believe as time goes on.
I think it's almost like he's becoming Shadowburn.
Yeah, kind of.
He's the guy in that one position that they just find somebody that's better.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
But yeah, this match is going to be fantastic. And then the last match of the night, I'm really intrigued by this because I want to see what the fuck San Francisco actually is.
Same.
I think we have a good gauge on the Gladiators. The Gladiators are better than I thought they were going to be. And it's in areas I didn't expect. I think their DPS is... Your Bird Ring is showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Probably has the best Reaper in the league. Even though Reaper's not playing, this week. But he has showed up pretty much any time they've called on him to. And the other guys aren't doing too bad either. Mirror and the other... Doha? Or am I thinking Dallas? Doha.
Doha's on Dallas, yeah.
Some of these guys, I fuck their names up and forget. I know who I want to say, but I just don't.
Mirror, Jaru. Yeah.
I mean, those two guys are filling in the whole, like the other DPS pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
And if Oj can continue to play with space the way he's been, this is going to be a better match than probably on paper. It looks to be a really good match to me.
It does.
That being said, San Francisco, like last year we were praising their diversity. This year they seem to be all over the fucking place, though.
Fair.
It's like the double-edged sword. You have all these guys.
Yeah, I really don't know what to think of this match. I think we're going to learn a lot about both of these teams in this game.
Yeah. I think just San Francisco needs to figure out what they're going to do with Architect and Rascal. And Sinatra to an extent. You know, because it's like they want to get all these guys are good and they want to get them playtime. Last year, it wasn't about playtime. It was about who fits this meta.
Right.
You know, it was a totally. I mean, yeah, it was goats. It was a whole different animal, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. But it's like from week to week, it's like, all right, you guys are taking care of this situation, you know, and then all of a sudden it like kind of breaks down a little bit, and then you got Sinatra on Zarya, you got Rascal on or Architect on Anna. Mm-hmm. You know, it creates weirdness to an extent. Yeah, but that's going to be the best match. You know, we'll let that play out before we start on Sunday, but that's going to do it for the Week 10 preview, guys. So don't forget, we're going to have our pick show up on Friday. So, you know, stay tuned for that. Watch us, you know, watch out on social media to see when it comes up. Been trying to get it up late afternoon, early evening, for you guys to check out, because we have, you know, we do have the early matches on Saturday now, like, you know, the Chinese matches and all that stuff. So that's going to do it. Thanks very much for tuning in to this episode. Everybody on YouTube, thank you very much for all the likes, all the comments, talking with us, all that kind of stuff. Everybody in podcast land, same. Also, if you're on iTunes, please leave us a review if you can. That'd be great. Don't forget we have a Patreon page. I'm working on some stuff. It's been a time the last few weeks.
It really has.
Be on the lookout for a full-blown Valorant page where I show you guys how to consistently hit headshots and how to use your smoke grenades and all that kind of stuff. I'm joking. If anything, when we do Valorant stuff, it's going to be comical. Yeah. Because I know I'm going to be bad, but I'm sure I'll have fun.
For sure.
Anyway, guys, but we do have a Patreon page. There's some stuff up there. I'm trying to work on some stuff. Everybody hang in there during this time. Check us out, hang out, have fun. Come in, talk to us. We have Discord, we have Twitter, we have, you know, we're on Twitch occasionally. I keep threatening to stream Bannerlord or Overwatch or something. When I get some time, I just might do that. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you on Friday on the Pick Show.
Catch you guys in the next one. Later.